Hey everyone, Mitchell here from Hockey Winnipeg Referee Development, the Hockey Referee Resource. And in this video, I'm going to talk about your end zone positioning in the two official system. So end zone positioning in the two official system is the same as end zone positioning in the three official system for the referee, which means it makes it really easy to develop your skills in both systems. Now, end zone positioning has three positions. The first position is home base, the second position is half piston, and the third position is at the net. You can also go below the goal line to get a different view of the play or to get out of the way if you need to. So taking a look at this situation here, we can see that the puck is on the far side of the ice in 0-1, official 1 is the end zone official, and she is at the bottom of the circle, so that's half piston. If the puck is on the far side of the ice, you want to be in half piston at the bottom of the circle. Now let's say that that puck bounces to the net and is now in the crease. So now 0-1 is going to move to an at the net position in order to get the best view of a goal mouth scramble possible. Now that puck bounces off the goalie and back towards 0-1 side of the ice. Now the puck's on 0-1 side of the ice, so she goes back to a home base position against the boards. Of course, it's also quite feasible that she might have to go below the net either to get out of the way or to get a better view of that goal mouth scramble. Regardless, those are the positions that you have available to you. Home base, half piston, at the net, and below the line, depending on where the puck is on the ice. You'll notice that during this entire sequence, the position of the blue line official didn't change. In fact, the only thing that changed about the blue line official is that she changed the orientation of her shoulders and her feet. So she is always square to that puck, so that if the puck suddenly comes towards her, she has an easier time to get out of the way than if her back was anchored against the boards. So the only change to that blue line official as the puck moves around the end zone is to stay square to that puck, no matter where the puck is in the end zone. Now, talking about being below the line, I already said that you can use it to get out of the way, and you can also use it to get a different view or a better view of the play going on around you. But it's really important to notice that you don't want to stay below the line. Going below the line is only a temporary position to solve a short-term problem. As soon as it's safe to do so, get yourself back to the piston system. Get yourself back to home base, half piston at the net, because there's more room to move and more room to stay out of the way. So we have several different positions to consider. The first one is for the blue line official. Be square to that puck, but you're generally in the same place as the play moves around the end zone. The other positions are more for the end zone official. So home base, at the boards, half piston, bottom of the circle, at the net for when the puck is at the net. And then you can go below the net to get out of the way or to get a different angle on the play. The one maneuver you have available to you in order to maintain your piston system along the boards is the bump and pivot. So the bump and pivot is described both in How to Referee Hockey. It's not just about the rule book, which is available on WPGrefs.com. You can also read about it. You can also read about it in the course workbooks that are available at that link that was flashed up on the screen and also in the description of this video. So when you are doing your bump and pivot, there's several main tips that you have to consider. The first one is commit to it. Don't stop in the middle of the ice. As soon as you get going, do it fast. So come off the boards, attack the play, do it fast. Which brings us to the third idea, which is to attack that play. So move towards the play. When you come off the boards, go towards the play. Don't just let it pass you by, but get past it as fast as possible. When you're doing the bump and pivot, your main goal is to stay between the hash marks and the goal line. So as you get pushed up the boards towards the hash marks, that's when you use your bump and pivot to get back to home base. And finally, always get back to that piston system. So use the bump and pivot and then get back to home base or get to half piston if the play goes to the far side of the ice. Don't let yourself get caught in a position that is not in that piston system, because it's just going to make your life more difficult. Taking a look at these 5 tips, these are the 2 that I want to highlight. Commit to it, don't stop, and then attack and get past the play. Get it done, get back to your piston system. Now, talking about the bump and pivot, you can take a look at these 2 diagrams In the first diagram on the top, you can see that the play is below the net and it comes towards you. You can bump up the boards, and then as you hit those hash marks, you bump off the boards, attack the play, pivot your feet so your heels face back towards the boards and back to the boards. The same thing happens when the play is coming from higher in the zone. Comes towards you, you let yourself move down towards the goal line. As you get to the goal line, bump off the boards, do it fast, attack the play, pivot so that your heels are back towards the boards, and then get back to the boards and resume piston end zone position. So that is end zone positioning. Home base, half piston, at the net, below the goal line, bump and pivot. Now, let's watch what that looks like in real life.
In the end zone, the referee takes up home base positioning along the boards when the puck is on the same side of the ice as them. As the puck moves to the other side of the ice, the referee moves into half piston position, approximately halfway between the hash marks on the boards and the net. When there's a play at the net, the referee moves to the net position so they have the best possible view of the puck.
The bump and pivot is used by the official in the end zone to get away from the players when the puck is moving towards them. I'll bump down the boards while the player is coming towards me. Once I run out of space, I'll pivot out and now view them from the other side.
In this first video example, you're going to see the referee drop the puck in the two official system. He backs straight up to the boards, which doesn't work badly if the play stays on your side of the ice, but at this point he wants to be at half piston. He's going to get there right about now. So he's in good position now, but he wanted to go straight there off the face-off. So always wanting to make sure you get to your piston position as quickly as possible depending on where the play goes. In this next example, it's the three official system. End zone positioning remains more or less the same. You can see the referee down in the far corner there plays on his side of the ice. He is against the boards in home base. As play goes to the other side of the ice, he moves off the boards to kind of a half piston position. Plays up at the blue line, he's at half piston. Plays down in the corner, he's at half piston. Continues to be in position back to the blue line. Shot comes towards the net, half piston. Now the play is going to end up coming to the net, and the referee is going to get to an at the net position and then backs off once the play moves away from the net. Worked very well. You can also go below the goal line, but there's a risk to going below the goal line. So in this situation, the referee is down below the goal line and the play ends up around her and she causes more mayhem down there. So when we look at that, the home base is up by that arrow, is where she would have wanted to be. And if she had been in this position, then she would have been able to see the play and stay out of the way much more effectively. She's a very strong skater. She was able to get out of the way. There's nothing wrong with going below the goal line, but you always want to be assessing the risk versus the reward and decide if going below the goal line is what you want to do at that moment in time.